That's all it is. When me and Joe go bad, we go bad on each other. And like when I hear why he's upset with me, I'm like, oh, I can understand why he felt that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like.
All right, so your boy Charlamagne did an interview with Angie Martinez, and he ended up speaking about his on and off beef with Mr. Joe Buttons. I hope y'all can see Joe Budden in the NBA/hockey jersey with the black New York fitted with the black undershirt with the white long johns over the... I don't even know how he pulled this off. How did he do the black undershirt underneath the jersey with the long john? Okay, anyway, that's not why we here. Let's see what Charlamagne had to say about his beef with Joe Budden. This is a new interview. This is after we heard Charlamagne is getting a $200 million contract. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe.
Are you friendly with him, or are you guys you like good and bad? You're like frenemies?
No, I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't talked to Joe in a while. I don't have any problems with Joe.
Okay.
I
feel like you should be friendly, the two of you.
Nah, I got a lot of love for Joe. Me and Joe, you know what it is? Me and Joe, when we are mad at each other, we go bad on each other.
I know, but you're both evolved now. Like you should be in better space. Like I don't know. I know you both. So I know. I'm biased.
I know I'll run into him somewhere, and we'll pick up like we always have, I'm sure. But that's all it is. When me and Joe go bad, we go bad on each other. And like when I hear why he's upset with me, I'm like, oh, I can understand why he felt that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this last one, I'm like, all right, I get it. I didn't mean it in the way that he
received it,
but I can understand why he felt that way. That's when I think when he was going through his last situation with Spotify, and I was on the radio, and I said I think Joe Budden understands. Joe Budden knows his worth. He just doesn't know how to negotiate it or something like that. I think I said, and I was just like, if every time you're at a corporation and things don't go the way you want them to, kind of got to blame you and your team. And then it was a whole discussion around podcasts, and I was like, you can't compare yourself to the Joe Rogans and the Bill Simmons and all of those guys, because Joe Rogan is an anomaly, number one. Like, don't nobody do numbers like Rogan, period. Black, white, it don't matter. And, the guys like Bill Simmons, they have networks. So they get compensated a little bit different for that. And so that was actually a conversation I probably shouldn't have been having
publicly
on air. But, we on radio, we on these podcasts, and it's like, we all do it. He does it as well. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, what he was saying was, when somebody like Charlamagne says that these people are listening, like meaning not regular listeners, the people at Spotify and the people at these corporations, but it wasn't like I wasn't saying he wasn't worth it. I was just speaking how I felt about the situation in that moment.
And you're both speaking to your audience.
To our audience.
You are not speaking to each other.
Exactly. And but no, the crazy part is we do speak to each other. So it's like, I'll go from that on the radio to then watching him tweet, and then we might be on the phone that afternoon having the same discussion argument, but I don't think he expressed to me back then that he didn't like me saying that on the air. It was just a debate about the content of the situation. And then it was, even when he went bad on his podcast, we were on the phone that Sunday. And then another time he got mad because I didn't answer his call. It's stupid shit. So it's really nothing. But when we go bad on each other, we go bad.
What the hell
on each other.
What is that? It's because you
probably because we're both madmen. I don't fucking know. Like, you know what I mean?
I was thinking something in that in that category. I just wondered if you guys were aware of that. I enjoy you both very much. I would like to see you guys make nice.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will.
All right, so we got Charlamagne basically admitting that he did something that he feels was wrong to Joe. And this is a thing that's big with Joe Budden. You can tell that Charlamagne and Joe Budden have a difference on opinion when it comes to independence in business, right? I think a lot of us know that Joe Budden is I want to stay independent. I don't want any corporation to tell me what to do. While it seems like Charlamagne is more of a company man, right? And I think that contract that he got from iHeart is well deserved because he was loyal to that company for a long time. He was the main draw to the Breakfast Club and that company when it came to the radio space for a long time. And yeah, so he deserves to get paid handsomely for being loyal for that long. I told y'all, I think that's what we see from a couple of these commentators who are now getting these big bags like Stephen A. Smith. They're getting that you stayed down for a long time payment. So thank you for staying down for this long, and we want you to stay for the foreseeable future, okay? But yeah, Joe did have a point at that time, and I think the same point that Charlamagne just made about why Joe was upset at him, because when he says that about Joe and when he's dealing with Spotify, it's the same thing that Joe Budden bigged him on when it came to getting this $200 million contract, right? Joe said, hey, Charlamagne, don't talk about me like that in this manner when it comes to business because they're listening. So now they think they can treat me a certain type of way because my peers are saying I'm not worth X, Y, and Z. But remember, on the pod last week, Joe said this contract for Charlamagne is so important because now they have to listen. They might not listen to me, but they'll listen to a Netflix. They'll listen to an iHeart. When they start shelling out the big money, now they can't just treat us any type of way because the content creators now see how their contemporaries are being paid, how they're being treated. So it all goes back to how I think Joe Budden feels like the community, the content creator space, the black podcasters should treat each other in public, because when they push out positivity to the public, then it makes the companies react a certain type of way. It lets them know, hey, they not falling for anything. We have to come correct when it comes to business and etc. So then you have Joe saying, I like this contract because it shows all the content creators what they could make, the money they could be bringing in, but it also shows the other companies like a YouTube and etc. Hey, you have to do more when it comes to taking care of the people on your platform who are making the content. And that goes right back to the beef. Hey, don't say nothing crazy about me in public when I'm going through this battle with Spotify, so Spotify can then use that against me. And in this situation, I think Joe was right. And so y'all have to let me know, do y'all feel like Joe should take this as an apology? Do you think Charlamagne should, hit him up on the back end and say, hey, I was talking to Angie. I know you saw the clip on the interview. My bad. I messed up. I realized what you was talking about now. Like, to me, if you understood that you did something wrong, to me, it shouldn't take this long for y'all to, kind of mend things. And then, okay, you kind of messed up, but you ignoring people calls and stuff like that. And I'm sure Joe Budden is like, hey, I'm Joe Budden, bro. I'm not going to blow up your phone 50 million times to talk to you about something. I just feel like if Charlamagne knew that he did something wrong, he should have did a little more to mend the situation. But hopefully we'll see, Joe and Charlamagne get back together. I would love to see them do each other's podcasts. I would love to see Joe on Brilliant Idiots. I would love to see Charlamagne on the Joe Budden podcast couch. I would love a New Year wrap-up. I used to love those wrap-ups. Remember when it was Charlamagne and Joe doing the wrap-up about everything that was going on during the year? I used to get excited around this time to watch that. Y'all don't be understanding how much stuff we don't get just because of beefs. All right, so y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think Charlamagne and Joe will patch it up? Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.